Welcome in, everyone. I'm SquishableMoon, your shooting star with a ranch addiction and fewer brain cells than the common garden snail. Welcome back to my channel. And I know you guys, every time I am gone, you're like, where have you been? Where have you been? Sleeping. Sleeping is where I've been. I am a very tired person and I need constant naps. So I've been sleeping constantly and I am finally back to drop a new video. And today I'm going to be talking about art style and what I did to make my art style. I am not the most unique person out there. I do a lot of the same things everybody else does, and if it works for me, it'll probably work for you. You can also find 1,000 videos on the internet on how to make an art style, how to find your art style, and there's a lot of different opinions on how to get an art style, but I am going to give you the 4 ways that I worked on my art style and how I got it to where it is. That isn't to say that I'm still not improving my art style. I still am. I'm still trying to go out of my comfort zone and actually implement the things that I want to see in my art style. But if it works for me, it'll probably work for you too. So let's get into it. The first thing I want you to, obviously, that I want you guys to know is art style isn't always something that can be had by drawing billions upon billions of pieces of artwork. While yes, doing art for a very long time can help you build an art style with the way you draw, obviously, you can also manufacture an art style if you want. It is a lot easier to do. It's a lot easier said than done, I know, especially with artists being in their comfort zones or people thinking that you can steal an art style when I believe that you really can't. Even if you were to copy somebody's art style, it wouldn't ever be exactly like theirs. And all art styles are built off of each other. You have to look at other art in order to build your other art style. And that is why the first step is going to be collecting inspiration. The first step is figuring out exactly what you want your art style to look like. Do you want semi-realism? Do you want realism? Do you want cartoony? Do you want an anime style? There are thousands upon thousands of art styles out there, and plenty of different ways to do your art. There are plenty of art styles that look very similar but have small little differences. Art styles never look exactly the same. And what are you looking to get out of your art style? What do you like about your art style and what do you dislike about your art style? What are you looking to change? An important note, I have watched a lot of videos on making an art style, and it seems there tends to be a difference between what you like to draw and what you like to look at in terms of art. Many people think that just because they like an art piece, they're going to enjoy drawing it. When that isn't necessarily the case, you can love drawing something but not like looking at it, or you could like looking at something but not like drawing it. That's a very important thing to remember. But what is it that draws you to art? What is it that you like about art and like looking at? What I want you to do is I want you to make a folder, or better yet, a Pinterest board, and I want you to go out there and look up all different kinds of art styles and just start adding stuff to your folder or your Pinterest board. Now, personally, I like to use Pinterest for this. It's free, anyone can use it. Pinterest is really great because all of the art comes to you. Your feed is curated to what you like and what you pin. And it's just a very easy and fun place to put all your artwork because you can make so many different boards. And I personally like it. It's not sponsored. I just love Pinterest. So if you want to use Pinterest, please do. If you don't want to use Pinterest, you can use a folder or drag and drop it onto your monitor, whatever works for you. But I want you to go and find all of the art pieces that you like. Anything that you like, I want you to put in that folder. Don't worry about, can I draw that? Do I want to draw that? Don't worry about if you can or can't draw something. Don't worry about composition, what type of art it is. I want you to draw everything that you want to see in your art, or everything that is drawing you into your Pinterest board or into your folder. Style, composition, art type, none of that matters right now. Just drag and drop it into a folder. Step 2, connections. Once you've collected all of the inspiration that you want or that you need or feel comfortable with, I want you to start studying that artwork. What do they have in common? What is the common theme between all of the art pieces? What is drawing you into all those art pieces? I very much like to open a notepad or take out a little, something to write on in my room and just start writing down what all of the pieces have in common. I start looking at them and examining them and just seeing what exactly is it that I like about all these art pieces. The first thing that I noticed is I really like dynamic shape language. I very much love very dramatic shapes. I like really tiny waist. I love really big shoulders. I love big Disney art styles. Anything that is like Disney and over dramatic and just really out there, I really like. I like sharpness. I like roundness. Seem to be the main ones that I really like. Another thing that I noticed is that I really like texture. Whether it be the background or maybe the clothes, I really, really love texturing. And I use textured brushes myself, but I didn't know I liked texture that much. So that is something that I really want to implement in my art. Another thing that I have noticed is that I really like clean line art, which I kind of already knew that I liked clean line art, but I didn't realize I liked it as much as I did. Not to say that I don't like textured line art, but I seem to like very crisp, clean lines for my line art so the characters really stick out so you know what you're looking at. And the last thing that I noticed was backgrounds. I like when artwork tells a story. I love lighting. I love dynamic light. I love textured lighting. I love everything about backgrounds. I like how it tells a story. I very much love when artwork tells a story, much like the artist Charles. I have a bunch of their pieces in my Pinterest board. I also have a couple pieces by VisiPop, and I just really like big, bright, dynamic art pieces. That seems to be what my style is leaning towards. Step 3, we're going to talk about line art, shape language, and genre. Another thing to keep in mind is obviously art, like line art, shape language, and genre. Line art is like the quality of the line art itself. That is basically what you are going to line your art with and what it's going to look like. Are you using a thick brush? Are you using a thin brush? Are you using a specific textured brush? Are you going to do some thick lines in some places or some thin lines? Is it all going to be one thickness throughout your whole art? What kind of artwork are you thinking you're going to make with line art? This is only for people who are using line art because I think lineless art is amazing. But if you do line art, what kind of line art speaks to you? I personally like thin and thick line art. I love when I can do thin line art in some places and then thicker line art in some places. But some people like their line art to all be one size. Do you want it all to be one size? Do you want it to be broken up, textured? What kind of line art are you going to want? The next thing you're going to worry about is shape language. Now, shape language is one of my favorite things about art because you can do so much for character design, which I really love and really want to get more into. This helps you break down the characters and giving it sort of a vibe of what you want. Are they going to be more round? Are they going to be more triangular? Are they going to be more square? Which are the three main shapes that you're going to be working with? I love shape language. I can go into this a lot further. There are so many different shapes you can use to break down characters. I might make a video on this in the future if you're interested in learning about shape language more. But are you going to be using a lot of shape language? What is going to be the shape that you gravitate towards the most? Do you like softer looking characters? Do you like very masculine characters? Do you like very sharp features? What kind of shape language are you going to want to bring into your art? The last thing I'm going to talk about in this is genre. If I had to pick a genre for my art, I would probably pick cartoon. I feel like it kind of fits in with what I'm trying to do. Genre is basically the mood of your art. What kind of mood do you want to set with your art? Are you a more moody artist? You want a very dark vibe? Or maybe you want a very bright vibe? It's basically the vibe of your artwork. What do you want people to feel or think of when they see your art? It's going to be a theme. It's like a theme for your art, basically. Like, if you had to put your art in a gallery, what theming would you put it in? What section would you put your art pieces in? This is just going to be something that pulls all your art together to give it the same feel as all your other art. This is also very important for your art. The fourth step and the last step is deliberate practice. Now that you have all of your inspiration, you have all your stuff written down, this is the time to actually start practicing your art. And start learning your new art style. Basically, you're going to take all of the things that your art had in common and start making a plan on how to put them all into your art. The best part about this is a style that is unique because you're taking inspiration from a bunch of different artists, not just one artist. You are taking a bunch of inspiration from a bunch of artists, and it is making a unique, curated art piece just for you. Your art style is going to be unique because it is based on the tastes that you have, and you're going to make something super unique and something awesome. Of course, this isn't to say that other people won't have similar art styles to you. All art styles are built off of each other, and there are always going to be art styles that are similar to yours. However, do never let that get you discouraged. Your art style is going to constantly change. What you think you want now may be something you don't want later. And of course, your art style isn't going to be perfect overnight. You need to practice and deliberately practice the art style that you want to have. Your originality is going to come from you, your taste. Everybody's taste is different, and that's where you are going to be original, and that is where you're going to be the best at your new art style because you're going to be picking specific things from other people to make your own art style. With that being said, that is how I am working on my own art style. Some people might be working on it differently. I watch a bunch of art style tutorials and videos, and these seem to be the main 4 things that you need to look out for. With that being said, if you stayed tuned to the end of the video, which thank you by the way for watching my whole video, it means a lot to me, superstar. I am doing an art contest where you get to win art like this. Look at it. Look how pretty my art is in my new art style. I hope you like it. I am going to be doing one of you guys, one of your characters. It could be any character. It could be furry, it could be human, Sonic, My Little Pony, any type of character you have, I will draw. I will be picking the artist, blah 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 artist. I will be picking the winner to receive my art in 2 months on September 10th. So if you want to get some art from me, all you have to do is comment and like the video, and you're entered to win. I will comment on whoever wins, so make sure to have your notifications on when you do decide to comment. So, yeah, with that being said, I love you guys so very much. I hope all your dreams come true. Bye bye, guys.